Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Napoleon Total War with the Great War mod. Last time around, we managed to land our forces on the coast of Serbia, and hopefully we'll be able to continue there. I've detached the Australian cavalry to go ahead and force out the Austrian navy, so that we can get rid of all enemy navies, or at least throughout the Mediterranean, the Black Sea and so on. And the enemy navy will be confined then to the Baltic, where we will deal with them soon enough. Sir Horace Smith Doran will continue, and he'll make his way to Serbia to go ahead and look at that. All the troops that are garrisoned there, almost all of them, are Bosnian-Herzegovinian troops that are stationed in Belgrade. We're gonna go ahead and liberate the Serbian state, and yes, once that is done, I mean, we have a few things going on. If we go up here to Berlin, we can see that the French are sieging it. Most likely they're gonna take it. There's not enough troops to hold back the army the French have arrayed against them, even though in the battle we had over here, the French army did not do too well, although it was reinforcing into a pretty bad situation, right into 2 machine guns. Could have been worse if the Germans had prepared for that, but I mean, it turned out really bad anyways. So Haig is going to continue and is going to move to Mecklenburg and take that for us, as we cannot go ahead and attack Berlin. And as our victory conditions along the coast, so that's why we're going after that. We'll also send Edmund Allenby over to deal with Erich Ludendorff. Go ahead and take that out and clear out the resistance then in the back that the Germans still hold. Now they still have a road open here to recapture Darmstadt, but I think that recapturing Berlin is going to be a higher priority for the Germans. So I don't think we have to worry about that. Really wish the Belgian French forces would start moving through here to actually do something. The Italians kind of, or at least what we can see, doesn't have as many troops here as they had before. Maybe they're heading back down, or where they're going. We've got quite the contingent of Austrian troops that could move in, possibly to attack here, or move back to recapture this. Also, there's definitely going to be some full stacks spawning in response to this being taken over. So it's definitely not over yet, but it's not looking good for our enemies. With that said, I have no more moves to make, so we're going to go ahead and end turn, and then we're going to conduct the military plans that I have already discussed with you. Ludendorff attacks us. He burns our it's under our control, the town ahead of us, or he destroys the depot that we were building, and then he attacks us here at the bridge, which seems foolhardily. He's got lots of stars, but we've got lots of artillery. Right, let's go in for this. Let's defend the bridge and destroy the German force. This is probably the best defense I've ever built. On this side of the river and on this side as well, we've got sappers placing bombs ready to detonate and blow the enemy to smithereens. If they get past those bombs, they have to climb through all this barbed wire, and once through that, they have to overcome the trench line with a bunch of angry Indians waiting for them. Please. The only thing that, I guess, the only thing that will satisfy these boys is boob in a veg pick. So, with that said, let's go ahead and start the battle. We're gonna send these troops back into reserve, and then I'm going to target. Well, first and foremost, we need to break down their artillery. So that's kind of key that we focus in on them. I think there is artillery here. Maybe. Sounds like it. Also the... Oh, there was artillery there. The machine guns on this side definitely needs to go. Not so much on this side. I guess for now it's more important to get rid of the enemy's artillery that's actually pummeling our position. That's the first target for the artillery. Second target will be these machine guns right here. The Germans are rolling up into position. And as the final target, it will be the machine guns on this side. Let's go ahead and put... I guess we put all the Canadians, the Canucks, we'll place them up in the woods, overlooking the situation. Then we got the two sappers. Sappers will be... not sure actually will I send them. And then the... let's see. African rifles. African rifles will be placed on the flank. Also here we'll have to send a few of these units to reserve. Just so we don't have too many here on the front line. So I'm gonna send these 3 to reserve. Let's have this as center reserve. Oh, German cavalry is gonna trigger my bombs. I was hoping that would be triggered on infantry. 2 cavalry troopers survived. Interesting also, I didn't hear an explosion there. It's a little bit of sound bug. Right, so we got reserves here. Guess we'll put the sapper reserves here then. And then we got 3 units of infantry. 2 Indian and 1 regular. And then the Canadians will be up on the flank. Are they gonna trigger the second bomb? I don't want that. I placed the second bomb pretty far back. I hope. I don't want them to trigger the second bomb. Because I definitely want the infantry to go onto that. Nice, okay. All the cavalry is gone. Fortunately triggered the first bomb there. Not a great start. Okay, their artillery is more or less destroyed. I think we can do more to completely get rid of it. The machine guns here, I'm afraid that they will come close enough to like tear up the African rifles and just start pummeling my front line here, where they could possibly actually do quite a bit of damage. Got plenty of German infantry battalions coming through. Imagine if I'd still had the first bomb there, we would have been able to take out maybe 2, maybe even 3 battalions in the first run. And then for the second one here, who knows how many they would have concentrated, because they got so many moving here. Because we've got 1 gun there, these 2 aren't even firing back. I think this one's firing the most accurate shots right now, so I'll recalibrate that one to fire on this. Heavy boys to fire on this, and then you fire on that. Okay, they're trying to come across. It's a bit of fire in advance as they move through. Quite a few of them have moved through. Also, I do have my cavalry that we can actually move through. There's a machine gun there, but I'm pretty sure I'll be able to ride that one down before it's able to turn against us. Plenty of rifle shots going into here. Pretty hard to miss the German troops as they come across here. I don't know where I can't remember where I put the second bomb. But it looks like these guys might be able to trigger it. Which would be a shame because there's not a lot of them. Would be nice to maybe take out a full battalion. Okay, they stopped. We've got the 6th Battalion coming through. Germans have yet to trigger. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that did not kill nearly enough what I'd hoped for. But it cleared the zone anyways. Oh shit. The cavalry kind of got slaughtered by the machine guns. The units survive though. And they will go on to attack the rest of the enemy. We're just absolutely just eating up the German forces if they come through here. I'm gonna order a counter charge. We're gonna charge them. Everyone forward, over the top. Canadians as well. No one's on fire at will and no one's at guard mode. 22nd Infantry comes in first, followed by a whole load of Indians. In a massed bayonet charge. Germans being surrounded and forced into the retreat. This one breaks just by the sight of us. Just by the sight of all my army coming through. This battalion completely just breaks. Ludendorff still kind of rallies a little bit. Hold fire, I think we're firing on these guys and it's coming a bit too close to my own men. Just in case, if the Germans didn't have enough, moving in the cavalry. Got the mighty force of the Empire marching over the river crossing as the Germans run away. This one lost 5 men before they completely routed. No surprise though, I mean, we were just absolutely slaughtering the German forces they came across here. As I said, it was, I mean, river crossings are always massacre, but I mean, this kind of massacre was unprecedented, I must say. Shooting a little bit at these. Anyways, that's that. I'm hoping that I'll at least be starting up the siege of Belgrade, so we should head back to the campaign map. Here's the result of that battle. We deployed 2,128 men, where we'd lost 304, 1,800 roughly remaining. Ludendorff deployed 2,400 men, losing 2,300, with only 74 making it out of the battle. No surprise there, it was a rather bloody affair. When it comes to highest kills, we got an infantry unit. Not Indian infantry though. I guess I thought I had Indians all at the front line. It must have been that a unit on the left side of my deployment getting 691 kills. While the runner-up is an Indian unit. It's 645. And then it falls rather rapidly down for another Indian at 200. So really it's 2 infantry units that are doing most of the damage. So I'm guessing these are on the ones on the flank that are doing all this damage. And then we can see sappers. The bombs didn't really do that much. The sapper that got most got 156. So it really goes that 2 units took out half of the German army. They had 2,400 men. More than 1,200 of those were taken out by just 2 infantry units. And they didn't manage to get chevrons for that, which is quite astonishing. Cavalry lost about half their troop. Still managed to kill a lot, even with almost half of it lost. This one not as much. Both of which gained experience, which is good. Anyways, enough of that. Let's go back to the campaign map. Technological advance, Flamed Trooper Corps. We've got Edmund Alley competent strategies. Yes, it was definitely a clever strategy, a most clever plan. Almost as clever as a fox. Let's go ahead and finish off the Germans. Outer Assault, we lost 51, they lost 61. We're getting a lot of good resupplies, and we'll stay in the region. Well, I'm gonna have to repair this. Whatever's left here will surely die. And then we've got rail being built in Constantinople. Lots of cavalry being recruited here, which we're sending forwards to protect the port against these Ottoman raiders, which are left. Hoping that I might be able to, one turn, then I'll be able to claim tax out of this region. Then we go over here. The army will move to the university. The cavalry will move to the port. Ship will join the fleet. We'll move out again to raid the trade instead. Actually, they're not... Yeah, they are getting a little bit out of that.
Sir, I cannot do that.
Raid a little bit. Force them out next turn, hopefully. Do I have my spy aircraft here? There's lots of Russians. I want to see what's going on here. Have they yet to spawn any troops to come in and try and retake that? Doesn't look like it. The French are still holding the siege here. Maybe they're waiting for me to come and aid them. But no, we have different task in mind. So we're going to move over there. We do actually have a warehouse here, so Allenby could be moving this way if we need to continue on the move instead of waiting for you know, the army and so on to get set and ready. But it looks fine. We're currently making 3,800 per turn. Want to keep building on my infrastructure. One thing that I noted here was I built it up to, I don't know what's before military base. It's actually a training facility. I built training facility in London and suddenly I can't recruit anything. Luckily I didn't do that at the same time up in Scotland, so I still have the ability to get infantry up here. But I guess that's a bug. I know there's been bug back and forth in which, like, what buildings in the entire queue which you cannot, like, get units out of, so it's been a little bit back and forth. I think though, since we need to, it's going to take a while to build the big ships, right? And they're really expensive. Oh, now there's a limit on them. That's good. You can only have 5. So we're gonna start building these. Maybe I should build something cheaper then, so I can get 2 ships at once. Doesn't look. I would be getting these pre-dreadnoughts. I don't like that. So let's get Queen Elizabeth. We're gonna start building ships as we're preparing to send the navy through here, so we can actually aid the army if we needed to, and also open up a way to, you know, aid the Russians once the revolution starts. Cavalry here at some point could be used together with the armed forces down here to move in and take out this region from the Germans. Yes. No more moves to make. Let's go ahead and end turn. We are able to lay an ambush, apparently, on the Ottoman force. So why don't we? Let's ride into battle and hopefully destroy this Ottoman force. I was hoping I'd be able to attack them from multiple locations, but in light of this, I'm gonna move them to either side here, and we're gonna try and strike the enemy. Okay, so they're setting up like that. Where's my reinforcements coming in from? Gonna see as it turns up on the map. I could have just clicked that one, but I was so quick to remove it. Okay, so he's coming in from over here. Kind of good that they're clumped together with the cavalry in front, because that's going to mean if the infantry opens up fire, they're going to shoot their own cavalry. So what I'm thinking is we're going to have a few of these units just charge straight in, and then we're going to have another few sitting on the side shooting. So it looks like these are going to be the one that charge, just because of the angle they're coming in at. And then these will be shooting. So we're gonna lose quite a few cavalry here. The thing is, in a prolonged, you know, fight, or prolonged, like, you know what I mean? Like, if we have a prolonged firefight here, then my troops will get destroyed. Would you look at that? I was a little bit worried that we might get absolutely destroyed, but it was the other way around. The Ottoman force got absolutely destroyed. Now I'm guessing this is the general unit that's still holding on. Okay, I don't want to have to fight any of these units more than I need to. So I'm going to order the troops to charge after them, to make sure that we get rid of as many of these as possible. Probably don't need to send this one. Right, but that was that went really quick. We're almost done within 3 minutes. I was worried here when we lost so many moving forward. But then when I saw the morale drop of the first unit when we hit it with a cavalry charge, just the morale, the absolute drop on that, I knew that there was a pretty good chance of victory. And then when the rest of them just all collapsed. Wonderful victory. there we have it! Victory. We deployed 800 men. Actually 400, half of the unit was actually lost. But we destroyed the enemies entirely, with only 59 of their men surviving that. High losses on these two, but also great gain in chevrons. And then you can read out the kills there. Wonderful. Loads of airplanes. All my airplanes, I'm guessing, are getting detected. Actually, here we got detected. Is there an aircraft in here then? No, I don't know. Recruit? Why am I getting all my researchers in Romalia? Now we have 3 of them. One of which is a trickster, the other one is cautious of getting in aircraft. Risk trade. Ooh. Administration cost. The Herbert. Good. Expert politician. Another aircraft detected. The Ottoman force still remain with just that few men. We're gonna chase after.
By the left.
Go ahead and destroy that. We lost 7, they lost 39. Head to the port. Well, you will be able to... Oh, with them gone, I can exempt the region from tax. We'll be making money. And given that we 2 of the lower classes, I can remove 2 units from that. And we'll still gold, so we'll be making more money per turn. We're gonna move these into port. And we might just see about launching troops then at some point through there. At the same time, we make it to Sarajevo, and we're just short of pushing the enemy navy out. I'm surprised. Oh, I think they've spawned now, maybe. Is that the troop, or is that just troops coming from otherwhere? I would imagine there would be more troops spawning for the capital. The Italian troops are currently nowhere to be seen. I don't know why these guys aren't moving. They would definitely try and retake some of that. Got more Germans coming in from here, which I don't like. I guess Allenby is gonna head this way then. We do have good resupply rate here. Got a bomber plane coming in that way as well. At the same time, Hague is ready to attack here. There's not much of a battle, so I'll have to resolve this. Ooh, I almost lost the machine guns. We lost 400 men, the enemy lost 1200. And we just secured another region. Right. Go ahead and upgrade that. Great resupply rate here. Gonna send out the cavalry, force out the enemy navy. And we're gonna have some service battalions being recruited. We're gonna have 2 in town, and then we're gonna have 1 stationed in the port just so the enemy can't go in and raid the port and destroy it that way. Surprised no more German troops are moving closer to Berlin to actually aid there. I've got my fighter plane. We can see about shooting down the enemy bomber plane. See if I can move my way there. I mean, the Germans got plenty of troops in the region. Why aren't they storming troops forward to actually support the capital? Quite strange. There's no real need to keep an eye on what's going on here, so it's better just to send the spy planes, reconnaissance planes, to keep an eye on what's going on in this area. I don't know where this army came from. It looks like it's coming from down here, so they're completely abandoning this. Anyways, given that we have had 2 battles, and we don't want to drag the video out too long, so there we have that. Next turn, definitely start off with a naval battle here, and then hopefully we'll have a battle over here, and then we might just have a battle here. Not entirely sure what Hague is going to do. I'm hoping the French lose Berlin after they've taken it, so that I can come in afterwards and claim it for myself. And then eventually at some point we'll build enough of a navy to go ahead and fight the Germans over here. Because right now it kind of seems like they've got a pretty good navy. We're holding a lot of the victory conditions, or victory regions. Russia is actually #1, but it's all Enlightenment. These figures always seems like they're like completely crooked. Because like military, the fact that Spain, or like I would be actually Austro-Hungary would have more military than I. Like, how do they even calculate this, and why is it all like Enlightenment? And is Russia really the most enlightened region or like nation? That seems weird. I mean, I haven't put much in navy, but is the French navy really the big one? Followed by the Spanish is actually the one that got most. Followed by the Italian one. Followed by the French. And then Germany has nothing. You can't even find economics 5. Or you can't even see economics because it's so small. 10. Damn. So yeah, that's kind of can't really deduce anything from that. Anyways, enough talking. It's time to end this episode. So I'll say, as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.